Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to the temple. We begin our service as we sing together Ma Yafeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. How beautiful the day is. It is Shabbat. For the blessing over the candles and the fruit of the vine, I would like to invite Michael Friedman to lead us over these blessings.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kadishanu b'mitzvotav, b'tzivanu lahadlik ner shal Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Please turn to page 5. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, bo rei peri hagafen. Praise to you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, bo rei peri hagafen.
Turn now to page 20 to sing together Lecha Dodi. rise as we turn to page 28 for the Berlow. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, fortfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzvaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch Ata Adonai, Ama'ariv Aravim. We turn to page 34 for the calling of the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivon Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words
We are now reading in the Torah the stories of the Exodus from Egypt. We're not yet there at the moment of getting out of Egypt. We're almost there. We'll have 7 of the 10 plagues in our Torah portion this Shabbat, but in just 2 weeks we will be at the Mi Chamocha moment that we're going to sing now as we turn to page 40. Everything is leading to this moment. This is why Jews are singing it twice a day at 2 of the 3 daily prayers. We sing Mi Chamocha on page 40. Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours. Baruch Ata Adonai, הפורס סוכת שלום, עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
ישמחו במלכותך, שמרי, שמרי, שמרי שבת, וקורא ענק שבת. ישמחו במלכותך, שמרי, שמרי, שמרי שבת, וקורא ענק שבת.
page 46 for the tefillah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agite hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, God of our fathers and mothers, God of Abraham, God of Isaac, and God of Jacob, God of Sarah, God of Rebekah, God of Rachel, and God of Leah, the great, mighty, and awesome God, transcendent God, who bestows loving kindness, creates everything out of love, remembers the love of our fathers and mothers, and brings redemption to their children's children for the sake of the divine name. Sovereign deliverer, helper, and shield, blessed are you, Adonai, Sarah's helper, Abraham's shield. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You cause the wind to shift and rain to fall. You sustain life through love, giving life to all, through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up, and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Baruch atah Adonai, mechaye hakol. You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. And we turn to page 61 for the blessing of Shalom, the blessing of peace. Grant us peace, your most precious gift, O eternal source of peace, and give us the will to proclaim its message to all the peoples of the earth. Bless our country as a safeguard of peace, its advocate among the nations. May contentment reign within our borders, health and happiness within our homes. Strengthen the bonds of friendship and fellowship among all the inhabitants of every land. Plant virtue in every soul, and may the love of your name hallow every home and every heart. Praised are you, Eternal One, who blesses our people with peace. Baruch atah Adonai, hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam.
courage in our lives, in the lives of everyone that is dear to us. On this Shabbat, as we're about to sing the Misha Berach, the prayer for healing and courage and strength, on page 253, we think especially, and we are conscious, to the people of Colorado that are recuperating from the horrible fires and the devastations of at least 2 cities that were kind of destroyed. Our friends and fellow Kentuckians in Western Kentucky that are still recovering from the tornadoes that happened just 2 weeks ago. And we turn to page 253, asking God for healing and courage and strength in their lives, in our lives, in the lives of our friends and family members. Misha Berach. Please be seated, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. Our Torah portion is called Vayera, which means literally, I appeared. It tells us the story of 7 of the 10 plagues. It's the back and forth that we have the beautiful song, Let My People Go. Moses goes to Pharaoh. Pharaoh refuses, and then there's a plague. And then again, Moses goes to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh refuses again 7 times, 3 more next week, and then the week after that, we will be out. But there is something else that is happening in this Torah portion that gave the Torah portion actually its name, Vayera, I appeared. This is something that, in a way, has marked the way that we see our relationship with Adonai, our God, and has influenced Jewish tradition and Jewish religion till today. At the beginning of the Torah portion, just before the first plague, Adonai appears to Moses and says to him, I am Adonai. And I appeared already before that I appeared to you, to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, but I appeared to them as El Shaddai. I did not appear to them in my real name. My real name is Adonai. So what Adonai is actually telling us here, something that if you're familiar with the Bible, you already know, is that God has many names. And some names are more important than others. During the service, we use a lot the name Elohim, which is the way that Adonai appeared to Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, according to what we read in the beginning of our Torah portion. But Elohim is not really Adonai's name. Elohim is the job of Adonai. You know, there are people, let's say, doctors in the hospital, and you don't call them Jake, you call them doctor. So, doctor, can I ask you a question? Doctor this, doctor that. But that's not their name. That's their job. So the same thing is with God. God, which is, the word in Hebrew is Elohim, actually doesn't, it's not the name. It's the job. And Elohim actually means the entity that has all the power in the world, the most powerful entity in the world, the entity that controls the world. So when God appears before Moses and says to Moses, actually, I'm introducing now for the first time in history myself to you, and I am introducing myself in my real name. Until then, everybody just called me, well, just like you call, I'm not comparing doctors to God, don't get me wrong, but just like you call a doctor, all of a sudden, the doctor says to you, no, from now on, call me Josh, or call me another name. It's a totally different experience. So our tradition, coming from this Torah portion, is telling us that there are many ways to relate to God, and in a way it depends on how you call God, on the name that you use, and we know that from our experience in life. When you call someone sir, or doctor, or commander, when you refer to them in their job, there is some kind of distance that comes with that. When you call someone Josh, or Don, or Stacy, or any other name that you can use right now, that creates familiarity. So what really Adonai our God is saying to Moses, from now we're moving into first name basis. I did not have that relationship with Abraham and Isaac and Jacob, but from now on, with you and with the people of Israel, I want to create a relationship that is based on a first name basis. And before the plagues, just in the beginning of the Torah portion, Adonai moves from Moses, and now Adonai is speaking to all the people of Israel. And Adonai is saying to the people of Israel, I'm going to take you out of here, and I am going to redeem you, and I'm going to make you my people, so you will know that I am Adonai your God. And if you look at the 5 verses, that by the way, we repeat them every year, not only when we read the Torah, but also when we read the Passover Agadah. 4 times God says that God will redeem us and take us out. That's why we drink 4 cups and all those things that we do on Passover. It's a very important passage. But the one thing that repeats there is Ani Adonai, I am Adonai. 7 times Adonai says, I am Adonai, in a very short period of time. So the main thing that Adonai wants us to feel is that now we have an intimate relationship. We're on first name basis. So as we finish a year, and by the way, Happy New Year to everyone here present and also virtually present on YouTube or the Temple app or Facebook or any other way of communication. So Shana Tova, Happy New Year. But let's try this year to have our relationship more intimate and our relationship with Adonai also closer and more intimate. Let's keep it on first name basis. Shabbat Shalom. Our anthem is V'Shambo.
את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש.
We rise as we turn to page 283 for the Aleinu. Please join me as we read in the middle of the page. Let us adore the ever-living God and render praise unto you, who spreads out the heavens and established the earth, whose glory is revealed in the heavens above, and whose greatness is manifest throughout the world. You are our God, there is none else.
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
Please be seated. We continue on page 287 as we read together. May we gain wisdom in our lives, overflowing like a river with understanding, loved each of us for the peace we bring to others. May our deeds exceed our speech, and may we never lift up our hand, but to conquer fear and doubt and despair. Rise up like the sun, O God, over all humanity. Cause light to go forth over all the lands between the seas, and light up the universe with the joy of wholeness, of freedom, and of peace.
ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race and nation whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. As we remember them, we meditate on the meaning of love and loss, of life and death. On this Shabbat, we remember especially Shirley Tanchester Rees, Joshua Fink, Raymond Allen Sr., Julie Adamkin, Marjorie Lerner, Jerome E. Neustadt, Jack Suzanne, Anita Bowman, Joseph Goldberg, Ellen Beiser, Rose Brownstein, Marianne Siriano, Lina Judah, Rebecca Matz, Angela Nafusi, Grace Serre, Zelda Tasman, Gertrude Treiber, Milton Frank, Bella Gottlieb, David Klein, Maria Lenskaya, Stuart Mann, Georgia Russell, Hannah Yanov Steinberg, Martin Bailin, Suzette Gerdy, Joan Goldenshoe, Elaine Kahn, Fanny Lowenstein, Matilda Marks, Marty Weinstock, Donna Cohen, Jonathan England, Mark Gladstein, Jerome Klein, Louis Marks, Betty Herzog Pure, Yair Ribak, Richard Shapiro, Barbara Rifkin Strauss, Nat Balin, and in recent days, Dr. Stanley Frager. We think of our loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, those who died at this season in years past, and those whom we have drawn into our hearts with our own. With the blessed memories of our loved ones in our hearts, we rise as we turn to page 294 for the Mourner's Kaddish. יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך לעלם ולעולמי עלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלל שמי דקודשה בריחו, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ואמרו אמן. יהא שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. זיכרונם לברכה, may the memory of our loved ones come to be a blessing and a benediction to us all. Amen. Our closing song is Oseh Shalom.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמן.
יהי רצון מלפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אמותינו, שתוליכנו לשלום. May it be your will, Adonai our God and God of our ancestors, that we be guided on the paths of shalom, of wellness and wholeness and peace, and that you protect us from all harm and evil on our way. Bless the work of our hands, and grant us grace, loving kindness, and compassion in your eyes, in the eyes of everyone who sees us. Adonai Shalom, bless us with a Shabbat of Shalom, with a year of Shalom. Bless our bodies, our souls, and our minds. Shabbat Shalom.
Amen. Amen. Shabbat Shalom and Happy New Year. Shabbat Shalom. Happy New Year to the family too. Happy New Year to your family. Shalom.